Let's see. Quite a bit's happened since the last time I did this, so let's see where it goes. I don't know. We'll just see at the end of it, right? So let's see. I'm getting redundant. This way. So I've had some run-in with some people. Some people ended up stealing a bunch of stuff from me. I've got a new roommate. I've had an older roommate. Let's just start. I've met a lot of people in my life, and I've tried to do my best by, putting up a wall so that people will have to climb over it to really see the real me, because I've been really gullible in the past, and I think all of us have in some aspect. Nobody's perfect, but you think you're doing the right thing for some people, but they ended up, totally taking advantage of that. But, through truth and consequence, you learn the hard way that you need to reinforce that door a little bit better. It doesn't prevent me from letting people in too much. I still show my sides that are clearly observable. They're true, they're honest. In a sense, I guess you could say I'm still a little predictable, because if I'm always going to be generous, I guess there's always going to be that aspect of me that will never change. I don't think there's any amount of any wrong that could be done to me that would actually prevent me from being that genuine character that I think myself to be. In any event, you really do have to keep your mind clear at all times. You're going to meet people in your life that are struggling, and you're going to meet people in your life that say they're one thing, but they live another life. They claim to be uplifted, they claim to be happy, they claim to have their head screwed on straight. But when it comes down to it, there's only so much that people can say until, their integrity wears thin and they show their real colors. So, in any event, like I said in my last one, there's people out there that are going to try to steal your life and basically rape you from the things that you earn. More or less self-dignity. So in the meantime, just be careful. I've had to learn the hard way. I'm sure we all do. But when it comes down to it, I'm still doing pretty good. And I'm keeping the worst out of my life, and I'm introducing more good stuff. I've been doing a lot of thinking about relationships, and there's still a lot of very beautiful girls out there, nice in all ways, but they just don't know how to open up. I mean, I understand, you're a girl and all guys are strangers, and so you have to be careful because you don't know what you're dealing with, right? So I know I have to approach that the correct way. I know I can't, just rush into it, open arms. It's a really careful process, meeting people and trusting people, letting them trust you. Now, this world isn't about convincing people to trust you. It's more or less you show your genuineness. You just be yourself. And after a while, if people keep their eyes on you, they're going to see, well, this person he's not trying too hard. He's just being him. Or she's just being her. I think that's, when I mean genuine, not to project such a loaded apparition of what the word means, but genuine in all sense. You keep your composure. You don't act too excited. You might freak people out. And you don't argue too much. I mean, mind you, I love getting in little arguments with people just because it helps me know that I'm not walking on eggshells. I love to bicker. if I can get on that level with somebody, then I know that I'm alright. I know that they're not going to take me too damn seriously and end up like, you know, getting offended. I certainly don't want to offend people, but I do find times in my life where I sit back and I get so overwhelmed. People just are mean, spiteful. The lack of generosity. Sometimes you just want to say, you know what? Fuck you. You're a fake motherfucker. And it's more along the lines of, bitch, I'm not trying to step on your dick. Calm the fuck down. You rarely ever hear me talk like that. It's in there though. It takes a lot to piss me off. But, like I said, it's just about keeping your composure. You don't need to show your anger. Actually, I don't know how many people have actually seen me angry. But I'm sure if you have, there's probably something that happened over and over again. Something that maybe you just keep doing that I tell you not to do. Maybe it's something I've gone through. Maybe it's some unresolved issue. I don't know, it's just like, you expect people to listen, right? When they don't listen, it's like, come on, how many times do I gotta tell you? Come on. And then you think to yourself, oh yeah, I forgot. I can't change people. And then what? You go on there delegating with yourself. Well, how can I tolerate this? How can I get past this? How can I accept them at the same time and know they're fucking pissing me off? How do you go about doing that? Well, I mean, I guess it just depends on how much they piss you off. I'm pretty tolerant. I'm not tolerant of lies. I'm not tolerant of infidelity. I'm not tolerant of verbal abuse. I'm not tolerant of physical abuse. You know, you want me to respect you, be real. I'm about as real as I could ever be. Not that I'm really trying to be perfect here, people. These blogs are something that I just love doing. If you want to watch it, then that means that I'm reaching out to you. You don't have to listen. But, in any words, I can pretty much adapt to most situations. I can go out to a bar by myself. I can meet new people. But, you know, I also get bored with people. I typically just try to find a subject, you know, that people can relate to, something common ground, and just kind of pick up on that. I don't try to rush into things. I don't try to instigate something out of somebody. But I'm very inquisitive, and I love inquisition. You ask me a million questions. I love that shit. I kind of like to talk. You can tell. I understand that, you know, talking too much about yourself can be kind of weird, but, you gotta look past that. You just gotta look past that. Somebody wants to know your life, you tell them. I would rather keep people talking, because I really want to observe. I know there's other sides of life that I'm not aware of. I know my life story. I know who I am, because I've told my life story so many times by now. It's like, each time you do that, it becomes more fluent, and you don't stutter. You don't second guess yourself, because you know who you are, and you know what you've done. As far as it goes for, like, letting people know the bad things about you, like I've said before, I mean, nobody really wants to hear it. It shows that you have unresolved issues. I mean, inside there's always going to be something about us that is noticeable, but hopefully you're a compassionate person and say, okay, well, you know, they seem like they got a grip on it. They're not letting it affect the relationship, so you got to give them a little bit of room. You should be there for them. You should sit back and observe and know when they're kind of relapsing from that thought or that feeling, and be there for them. But, you know, I've done that in the past, but there's certain points where you get in a relationship with people where when they start talking about hating themselves, and they start talking about how they deserve this, and that it's all their fault, and shit like that. I mean, not to be insensitive, but damn, people, don't lay guilt trips on me. Don't make me feel bad like I can't help you. Honestly, I'm not here to save anybody. I mean, I believe you gotta be in good aspects with yourself in order for you to even be in a relationship. If you can't get a grip on the most important things in your life that have pulled you back, if you can't look past that and smile about your life, then honestly, you ain't ready. I mean, I'm welcoming whatever. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I embrace imminence. I love knowing that I don't know what's gonna happen next. I like change because I feel like stagnancy and being comfortable in familiarity, there's nothing exciting about it. I like to venture out, I like to do new things, and that's why I like meeting new people, because I don't know what they're into. I know there's so much out there that people enjoy that I'm kind of missing out on, and I need to know what those things are, because, you know, when I meet people, I want them to know that I'm interested in the things that they like. I want them to know that I'm making an effort to be involved. And I kind of expect that back. I don't think it's wrong at all. You know, you put a little bit of your own self into somebody else. They should give the same back. It's mutual. I think that if people can hold on to that and do that, that's real love. That's true love. But I've never been in true love before. Every relationship I've ever been in never worked out. You know, I'm not giving up though. I know there's somebody out there that's going to be like, hey, Stefan, hey, I don't know anything about what you're doing, but I really want to know. I mean, it makes you happy. Why does it make you happy? Why does heavy metal make you smile? It's so angry. When I'd be like, well, you know, it's not always the screaming. It's the message. It's the determination that they're fighting. It's the struggle that they're winning. Anymore, that's the only kind of music I really listen to. That's just an example. It's just an example. I mean, it's a big part of my life. Music is a huge part of my life. So if somebody doesn't get into figuring out why I like a certain song, or why I sit there and I bob my head to a song that seems so crazy, what makes it good to me, if people don't do that, I don't see any chance in hell or heaven that it's going to work out. I try to be open-minded with all kinds of music. Mind you, there's just certain stuff I just can't stand listening to, and obviously I'm not supposed to be with that person. But, you know, I mean, if you really love somebody, you're willing to put up with everything. Almost anything. You know, I mean, there's certain things that constitute a breakup at any point. There's certain things that, yeah, like I said, I just won't tolerate. I don't care how fucking hot you are. So, but let's get back into what I'm talking about with being involved. If I'm showing interest in stuff that you like, I think it's only fair for somebody to show that kind of feedback back to you. If they don't, you're going to notice real fast that they're not really paying attention. They're not really into you as much as they're acting like they are. And as far as it goes for, you know, the way somebody looks, everybody's got their own style. I mean, I understand style to an extent. I know why emo kids dress emo, you know, I know why certain people dress in clothes that are just way too big. I know why people I know why the guy wears the striped polo shirt with the khaki shorts and the flip-flops driving around in the Jeep with the doors off. I understand it. It's just not me. I think you have to be very perceptive but careful about how you judge people based on how they look. Mind you, it only takes about a minute to feel attracted to somebody in their looks. You know, and if you're not attracted to them within that second, it ain't gonna work out. There's nothing you can do that can make someone attractive to you. There's nothing they can do. If you're not attracted to them, you're not attracted to them. The same thing as if you're attracted to them. You can't help it. There's nothing that they can do that would make you not attracted to them. You don't have a choice. Attraction isn't a choice. But more often than not, like, people will do things that will make themselves totally unattractive. I could look at a pretty girl and I could talk to them and they seem real nice to me, and then once they start kissing my ass, it's over. You're not working. You're just trying to get ahead somehow. You ain't really trying to get to know me. And that's alright. That's obviously how you've gotten ahead in the future. There's a lot of people out there that don't get by just from shaking hands. And I don't respect people like that. It's the same thing, you know, when you... If I were to take a girl home and sleep with her that night, like I said in my blog, I don't have any respect for them. What do I want with somebody that ain't a challenge? Not to say that I'm really looking for a trophy, because that's wrong. That's not right. To be redundant there, but I want to work for something. I want to feel like, gosh, you know, I gave it my all, and I got that. Why did I get that? Because that's what I deserve. I'm sure you can all feel the same way in some aspect. You all want to earn something that you have. You don't want to sit there and have it just given to you. You don't want that free meal pass. You want to know that you worked for it. You know, and some people, when they get things, they don't want it anymore. Because now they have it. Ain't no challenge in there. I think I said that in my last blog, but moving on. It has a lot to do with expectations, of course. We all have expectations, and we all think we deserve better. We really do. If you put out just as much interest as they're giving you, it should be even, right? The thing is that so many people get distracted that it's almost like they lose focus overnight. They lose interest in what they want. They become so wrapped up in the things that they want, they think they need, but they don't need. No wonder relationships don't work out. You know, and then they blame you. They blame you because you're like, listen, you got distractions, and they're like, well, that's none of your business, and you know, how dare you point that out? And you're just like, well, if you think about it, it's kind of affecting how a relationship is, you know. And then, of course, once you start pointing the fingers, I mean, what are you going to do? If they're not willing to listen and they're not willing to compromise, then run far, far away, because it ain't going to get any better. You could go through your little honeymoon phase where things get better and then they get worse, and then they get better and then they get worse. It's just a fucking cycle. But there's a lot of things that we'll all learn in life that we shouldn't tolerate. People that use you, abuse you. Okay, done. We all know we don't need that. People that say one thing and do another. Check. Another thing is that once you do something, once you follow through, you can't take it back. So quit hating yourself because you did that. That's how you learn. You learn from doing the wrong thing. So what? Just don't repeat the same fucking mistake. You know, it takes a lot to proceed when you've been fucked over so many times. It takes a lot of patience to put up with distance. It takes a lot to sit there and contemplate, how am I going to organize everything? Okay, I've got this prospect over here, they're way over there. But I got this prospect right here, but I don't want to stay here. How do I manage that? Oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm stressed out. Well, wherever you are placed, work with what you have there, because the more you try to reach out to something that's far away, I mean, you're only gonna get more stressed out, and you're probably gonna throw away opportunities. I mean, there was once upon a time I used to have a dream girl, okay? Like, I used to dream about people, and I used to get so wrapped up in trying to find these people that I didn't even know existed or not. So I blew up so many fucking cool people just because I wanted to believe that God had sent me this one girl and that was gonna be it. Never met those people. These people were they were dreams. They weren't real. And I wasn't being real. There's so many people that liked me for who I was. So many people that accepted me, but they knew that through the food chain of talking that I was interested on that. And so they were like, well, I'm moving on. He doesn't even know what he's missing. And I didn't. It doesn't matter anymore, because you know why? When I see somebody and I want to talk to him, I talk to him. There's been a few people that, you know, you get to know, and then, like, they become unaccountable, and they do one thing and they say another, and you can become disinterested, and there's so much drama, and it's just like, gosh, you know, I don't even want to be in the middle of that. So you almost kind of avoid those people, you know, and the shit gets complicated. And when things get complicated, I just back the fuck out, because I don't really want to compromise my status. I really just like to keep things cool, calm. But sometimes you get so damn frustrated with people, you tell them how it is. You tell them how it is and they hate it, because they know you're right. They know you're right, so they get even angrier. And then you're just like, well, I know what they're doing. You know, they're insecure. Oh no, not another one. But anyway, there's a lot of people out there that you just get so... You think about it, and you're probably more like them than you think. It's kind of a struggle, you know? Like, you both know you're fucking smart. You both know you're fucking right in aspects, but you can't compromise because your arrogance oversaturates and infiltrates the whole fucking point of just, who are you? What do you like? What do you want to do? You want to go out? Instead it becomes a war, you know? It's not sexy. I just try to avoid drama at all costs. I've been through enough of it. I'm sure I'll go through even more in the future, but the most important thing is I prevent myself from getting in the middle of it now. I mean, I know who I am. And it doesn't matter who the fuck they think they are. I see right through them if they're trying to be fucking better than me. It ain't about being better than me. It ain't about me being better than you. It's just being yourself. It's about respecting. And it ain't always easy, I know. I've met a lot of people that don't fucking like me. They don't like me because I'm pretty fucking upfront about shit. I don't second guess myself, and I'm not here to kiss your ass either. And so when I tell you what I'm thinking, and you take it personally, well, that's your problem. Obviously, you've got some kind of inferiority complex where you just can't agree with me. Who knows? Maybe you got some childhood issues. Shit, everybody's got some kind of childhood issues. Inferiority, though, that can last you the rest of your life if you learn how to deal with it now. You know, I don't really know how much more I can talk about the changes that have really been going on in my life because I've been such routine struck that everything's been working for me. You know, I let go of a lot of people, a lot of stupid fucking people that like to side. And they're doing their thing and I'm doing mine. What am I doing? I'm fucking going forward. I'm proceeding forward. How? Well, fucking ask me how. I can't just sit here and like ramble on and on about, well, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. Get to know me. I'm not that fucking hard to get to know. If you want to know one thing about me, is I like to meet new people. I like to get to know people, and it's easy to do that when you're not fucking afraid of me. I haven't been in a fight since like high school. I've never hit a woman. I've never cheated on a woman. Never taken advantage of a woman. You know, I've never been in a fight with any of my friends or ex-friends. I'm so damn easy to get to know, yet I'm still surprised that so many people just can't lighten up. I guess I'm just really fucking intellectual, almost too much for most people to handle. Well, I'm not gonna fucking tone my aspects down just to meet people on a slightly less interesting level. I mean, I don't know really how else to put it. I'm not gonna dumb myself down just to entertain you, whoever you are. I think that kind of negates my own point of all of this. The most important thing that I've been doing for myself is just keeping myself above water, keeping my head above water. I keep moving. I stay steady on my job. I write music when it comes to my head, and you know, I wish I could be doing a lot more though. I wish I was in a band. I wish I was boxing. I wish I was a better drummer. Shit, you know, to be honest, I know this is kind of scary, but I wish I was fucking married already. But I'm not trying to rush any of them. I gotta know who I'm dealing with first, and they gotta know who they're dealing with first. There's so much you can learn in chit-chat, you know, just the regular kind of get-to-know-you shit, but, you know, half of it is talking, half of it is going out and doing shit. I would much rather go out and do things, because that would show you how I act. That would show me how you act. That showed me how you adapt. If I can see that you adapt, shit, I ain't gotta ask you very much, because like I said before, you know, observation will explain more than I need to even ask. I just want to go do some fun shit, you know. Tell me where to go. Tell me what you want to do. I'll fucking show you every place around town that I love to go. And maybe one day we'll sit down and talk about why I like that place. Huh? You know, I just got back into photography. Been wanting to do it for so long. I finally got this camera that I love. It makes some really awesome pictures. I can't wait to show you guys what kind of pictures I'm going to be taking. It's going to take some getting used to. It's going to take a lot of money to sit there and taking film, taking it to the shop, waiting, printing it out, putting it up on the page, and then showing you what it is. I'll be waiting for feedback. I don't even know what it's going to look like. I haven't got grip of it yet. I've got 2 rolls of film done already. I'm working on my 3rd. I've only had this camera for about 3 days. So at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be spending a lot of fucking money on film. But, you know, give me some ideas for some projects. You know, I want to go to see some rust buildings and some decayed architecture and, who knows, some deserted buildings, some pathways through the woods. Pictures of people unaware that I'm taking their picture. I know that's kind of secretive and spy-like, but that's how you capture real life. The minute you sit there and try to take a picture of somebody, you freeze-framed life, and all the attention's on the camera. You shoot it down from the hip, boom! That's how life's supposed to be seen. As it was going, as if nothing ever stopped it. But that's what I'm really getting into now. By the time I get into my next video, who knows what I'll be into. Maybe I'll be into boxing. Maybe I'll be sitting there playing drums for y'all. Even if that's interesting. Hopefully I'll have quit smoking too. Anyway. So, in the meantime, sit there and watch my fucking videos if you want. Let me know what you think. I'm not afraid for some constructive criticism. So, in the meantime, just like I said, just do the right thing. And you should get everything you want. Really, I do believe that. You should get everything you want. Everything you deserve, you should get. You just keep believing that you can get it. If you can achieve it, because it is your life to be a challenge. Everybody's going to be a challenge to you, unless they give you everything you've wanted. Fuck that. I'd rather earn my keep than have a fucking $1 million and just have it. Because then you're always going to want something more. If you had all that money, you'd be getting things left and right. You really wouldn't appreciate having them. You wouldn't appreciate working for them. You know? You just gotta work for everything that you do. Work for the people in your life. Work for your keep. Work for that trust. I know you're not supposed to make people trust you, but if you're going to socialize and you're going to be networking, you really do have to offer something to somebody. And the only way to be accepted is to be yourself. Not everybody's going to accept you, but you don't want to accept anybody that's not going to accept you. Right? Alright, people, this is becoming like a long phone conversation. I feel like I'm in high school. So, peace out, and take care of yourself and those around you. Later.